Good afternoon. It is a brilliant afternoon right here in the communication complex of independent television and radio, Igosa Oluku. My name is Igosa Agbonlawa, and the program is 60 Minutes Nigeria. It's always a delight to know that you'll be spending your 60 minutes with us on the program, or part of your 60 minutes with us. And on today's program is a special program, really. We are going to allow our viewer, the residents in Edo State and environs, if possible, to contribute to today's discussion. We will be displaying the phone number on the screen. With that phone number, you can call in and make your contribution. We have with us a very distinguished leader of the youths in Edo State, the immediate past chairman of the Nigerian Youth Council, of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Edo State chapter, our comrade Osaon Obasuyi. Nice to have you with us today.
Thank you so much.
You are the leader of the youths, and the youths, they listen to you.
By the grace of God.
Okay, so we're looking at the 2023 elections and, of course, the challenges. Don't forget that on the 25th of this month, the 2023 general election will be held. You listened to the nationwide broadcast by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, who actually calmed frayed nerves because of the protests in some states yesterday against the new Naira note shortage, and of course the rejection of the old Naira notes. Some Nigerians, angry youths, took to the streets to protest, to register their displeasure over the policies of government, which has created havoc, which has made life very difficult for everyone. But the president needed to calm frayed nerves this morning. President Buhari calmed frayed nerves this morning and assured Nigerians that his administration is in charge and that all things will be put in place to ensure that Nigerians surmount the current challenges. Now, Comrade Obasuyi, the youths took to the streets yesterday. Now, you wouldn't blame them. They were angry youths. The policy of government seemed to have had negative effects on the citizens. So what's your take on this Naira shortage, new Naira note shortage, and all that happened?
Well, it is a pity that this is where we are today in Nigeria. This is the first time we, like everybody will say, that we have to buy our own Naira, with money. Before now, we used to talk about increment in the exchange rate of dollars and other foreign currencies. But as we speak today, we have to even buy our own Naira, we have to buy our Naira. It's a very pitiable situation for us. And we want to say that it is the failure of the government at the center, because one will expect that policies like this, enough time will be given, to enable people actually bring in the old Naira notes back to central bank, while it will run pari passu with the new Naira note. Even though, it took about 60 days, but one will expect that you make available the new Naira notes before you start saying that the old Naira note is no longer legal tender. But in a situation where you created fear in the mind of the people, you ask everybody to bring in the old Naira notes, to central bank, which everybody did, and then you now refuse to release the new Naira note. People have monies in their various bank accounts, but they cannot access it. It is a problem. That is to say, people can no longer feed. Those that are sick, that need medical attention, can no longer go to the hospital. You need money every day to run your daily life, your daily activities, to run your home. And now there is no money anywhere. Why will it be an angry man, An hungry man is
He's
an
an
angry
angry
man.
man.
You won't expect somebody to be dying or somebody that have somebody that is sick in the hospital and need to spend money in the hospital, and then the person has money, not that the person has not even worked, to earn money. The person have money is in his bank account but cannot access it. It's a problem. Well, you won't blame anybody, for what happened yesterday, but we'll still blame, the government at the center for what happened yesterday, even though we will not support the destruction of properties.
Yeah, that was very bad.
When you are protesting, let it be a peaceful protest. You don't have to go about destroying, properties, setting banks ablaze and all that. Before now, we used to queue at the ATM. Although we have large crowd, but you still be able to get some money. But as we speak today, there is no ATM to go to, because we have destroyed them yesterday. That is another problem. We have caused more hardship, to ourselves. So we would like to advise, next time, for any reason, we must not destroy public property. We can, yes, have a peaceful protest, so that by the next day, you'll still be able to go to the ATM and get your 2,000, 3,000, as the case may be.
Yes.
Just like the case of NSAS, like what happened in Lagos. All the BRT buses, they were all burnt down. After the NSAS, they were now queuing up, looking for BRT bus. The BRT bus were no be found, because we have set them ablaze.
Yes.
Why do we have to destroy what we are also going to need tomorrow because we are angry? Why not stay calm, have your peaceful protest? On the 25th of February is around the corner. It's very close. Your anger should be, display it with a ballot box. Display it with your thumb. Not taking to the street and destroying properties. We want to advise against destruction of public property.
Yes, Comrade Obasu, I must commend you for that, because you are actually the leader of the youths.
Thank you.
And the youths, they listen to you. Protest is within the constitutional rights of all citizens. Citizens have a right to protest, but such protests must be within the ambit of the law. You must not take the laws into your own hands, no matter how perturbed or how angered you are. It is very, very wrong, and it is against the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is against the laws of the land for any group of persons to take the laws into their own hands and destroy government property, because government property are actually acquired or built by the taxpayers' money, which of course you are part of the taxpayers of your parents, the tax of your parents rather, whatever your parents have paid. Such monies government normally use to develop the society, to build structures, to acquire equipment. And now there's a protest, there's destruction in Benin City. On Wednesday, the destruction was actually very, very disheartening. There was a lot of shootings by security personnel to disperse the crowd. Some persons wanted to attack the CBN. Can you believe that? The Central Bank of Nigeria, they attacked on commercial banks. And the same banks we need to visit Thursday morning to get money. Now the president has intervened. The president has advised all Nigerians that the policy is in the interest of the country. They intend to use the policy to curb money laundering, to curb corruption, to curb crime, because the insecurity in Nigeria has assumed alarming dimension. Very disturbing trend. And government cannot fold its arms. It is the duty of government to protect lives and property. It is the duty of government to ensure that there is security. And they have evolved this policy as part of strategies to actually curb the rising spates of insecurity in the country. Well, Comrade Obasui, looking at President Buhari's speech this morning, does it give hope to Nigerians?
Well, I will say yes, if only the words will be marked with actions.
Okay.
You know, sometimes a lot of persons pay lip services, you know, to several things, hoping that that will give relief to the people. But at the end of the day, if the words are not matched with actions, then it becomes a problem. In fact, a bigger problem. Because one will expect that haven't tried to calm the nerves of the people this morning. One will expect that you match it with actions. Let the people, let the citizen begin to see, you know, the positive side of, you know, your speech, so that people will be relieved, so that the hardship in the land will kind of, you know, cease a little. The people will now be, to a very large extent, you know, comfortable. You know, one would have expected that by now, you know, a lot of things will be happening that will make the people happy. If the speech that was given this morning by 7 a.m. and the directives have not been given, we are not seeing the dividends of that speech. By this time, this is almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we are still afraid. We are afraid.
Yes.
Because one will expect that you dish out these directives and let action be taken immediately, because the people are hungry. People cannot be hungry and you expect them to be calm. People cannot have sick persons in the hospital, they are dying, they have money, they cannot access it, and you expect them to be calm. It is not possible. Why are they working? Why are they making the money? Is it to keep in the bank? Not to be able to access it? Not at all. They have this money so that they will be able to use it for themselves. They will be able to use it to run their houses. They will be able to use it to run their businesses. And now they cannot access it. That's cause for very serious
exactly. I believe that it is the duty of the president to actually give directives.
Give directives.
Now, the arms or the agencies responsible to carry out such directives must swing to action.
That is what we
it's
are
very
saying.
important. They need to swing to action.
It is still the problem of government. You can't expect the president and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria give directive and the directive is not followed immediately. It means there is a lacuna somewhere.
Yeah.
There is problem somewhere. Because one will expect that as the president gives directive, immediately actions the agencies, the ministries responsible. They start work immediately. They start work immediately.
I agree with you.
If the directive of the Mr. President is not followed immediately, it's not adhered to immediately, it means there is a problem. There is still a cabal, you know, that seems to water down the directives of Mr. President.
Yeah, but I think Nigerians must exercise patience because the directive was given today and made public via the television sets and the radio nationwide broadcasts, so Nigerians are aware of the directive that has been given. So we must be patient, we must bear, we must tolerate and allow this directive to be carried out. Because once the directive is carried out, we know that these problems will surely be a thing of the past. Okay, now we're going to concentrate now on the topic for today, the 2023 general election and its challenges. Yes, some persons say it is not just only security now, that the policy of government in terms of the Naira note, the new Naira note shortage, the new currency introduced by the CBN, has created additional problems, additional challenges.
A bigger problem.
Yes, a bigger problem to the conduct of the election. But again, what the president said this morning, I must tell you, has calmed the nerves of Nigerians. The president has said again that the election will surely hold on the 25th. In other words, President Buhari is ready to vacate Aso Rock and probably retire to his hometown in Daura, Katsina State. A new president-elect is expected from on the 25th of this month, just a few days away. And the president has reiterated his commitment to that process. The president has reiterated his commitment to ensuring the conduct of a very credible general election that will produce a new president. I think that is enough to celebrate, because we've seen situations where some presidents will be
hesitating
will be maneuvering, trying to induce National Assembly members, trying to induce senators
asking for
a third term.
term.
And this president, kudos to President Muhammadu Buhari, who not only today, in different fora, has assured Nigerians that he wants to leave. It appears the man knows. He's not the one you go and tap and say, sir, your tenure ends next week. The man is aware that his tenure will terminate soon. And so, given every opportunity, he seemed to talk about it. And I think President Buhari should be commended for that.
Yes. Well, he deserves commendation, a very big one for that matter.
Okay.
Because the man is actually ready to go. Left for President Buhari, I must be very frank with you, the man would have even wished to resign and go home.
But a general, a general is always a general. A general will not run in the front of.
Let us forget about.
When there are enemies around.
Let us forget about whether general or no general.
Yes.
There is a cabal that seems to be, you know, I don't know how to do it, to be controlling the villa. You understand? And they will not allow him to go.
But the president has never spoken about that cabal.
No, there is no way he will speak about the cabal.
Yes.
But all of us know, even though it is, I won't say it's an official thing, that there is a cabal. Because I know, personally, that left for President Buhari, the man would have wished to resign and go home. But the cabal will not allow him. It is in the obvious that the man wants to go. Mr. President has set up a transition committee. A committee, you know, that will arrange the transition from his administration to the next administration. That goes to show that the man wants to go. Yes. He is ready to go. You understand? He is just waiting for the elections, and then after the elections, on the 29th, May 29th, when he will hand over, and then he will quietly go to his house, you know, and relax so that he can have a fresh breath. Yes. Because the idea and the problem of Nigeria is bigger than one individual. And this man is old, is challenged by age, and the people, the cabal, they are not allowing him to go and relax.
I must interject there. Now, immediately you mentioned that this man is old. I know that so many Nigerians will be saying, President Buhari was never forced to contest to become president. So he knew, he was aware of his age. I will remember, even before the election that brought President Buhari into power in his first term, when journalists accosted him, he challenged one of the journalists that they should go to the gym and that he would floor him. In other words, the president was talking about his agility, the president was talking about his physical fitness and state of his health. So nobody forced him.
Me and you, the ordinary Nigeria, know very well that President Buhari was not interested in second tenure. Yes, we agree that he came in for the first tenure, you know, yes, he wanted to. But the ordinary Nigerian, me and you, and the ordinary Nigerian, we know very well that President Buhari was not interested in second tenure. But people, you know, the cabal, this same cabal, you know, had to force him to contest that election. And after the election, where did we see ourselves? That is what is still happening to us today in Nigeria. We must be very careful the way we push people to power, even when we know that the person may not be able to deliver.
Yes.
We must be very, very careful.
I agree with
like
you.
The same thing they are doing now, trying to push some persons to power.
Yes.
Knowing fully well that these persons are old, they are shaking, their hands and legs are shaking, and you are just trying to push. And when the person gets there, we face another problem. It will be like a case of from fry pan to fire. It's a problem. That is why, you know, this election of 25th,
yes,
Nigerians must wake up. We must wake up. It's a revolution. Our vote must count. We must bring in a president, you know, that can bring Nigeria out from the present state of economic debacle. We must begin to find a way, you know, to bring Nigeria back to its former state and ensure that Nigeria begins to develop. We are too far backward, you know, behind a lot of African countries. Talk less of the Western world.
The Western world.
We are far behind.
Yes.
So I will encourage everybody. In fact, that is the problem we are even facing now. as we speak today, a lot of persons have not been able to collect their PVC. You go online, the details are there, but there is no PVC for them. You go to INEC office, they check everywhere, they tell you that the card is not ready. In few days' time, we are going into elections. When are these persons going to collect their PVC to have it to vote on the 25th? And we keep saying, INEC keeps saying, without PVC, you cannot vote. Those are challenges.
Yeah.
Those are challenges. Imagine a situation where a lot of persons will be disenfranchised. Because I know of so many persons that have gone to INEC offices in the different local governments and they are not able to get their PVCs. It's a problem. It's a very big challenge. So we expect INEC, to stand to their feet and ensure that these persons get their PVCs before the elections, so that they can vote. Because they are adults, they are registered voters in Nigeria. Why not make available their PVCs so that these persons can vote?
That's a very serious problem.
It is. It's a big one.
Problem.
So
because INEC has said now that no extension.
INEC must wake up to its responsibility.
Yes,
I'm going to be very frank with you. INEC must wake up to its responsibility and ensure that they make PVCs available to the owners so that they can go to the pool, and exercise.
I hope they are not among. We had INEC resident electoral commissioner in Edo State with us in one of our current affairs programs, Nigeria Decide, where he actually talked about that some persons were caught in terms of double registration. That it appears such individuals were of the opinion that INEC would not be aware that they have registered before. They went ahead and registered again, and that amounted to double registration. And once the system discovers double registration, automatically it is cancelled. I hope these persons we are talking about does not fall amongst that category
there are some cases,
of double registration.
There are some cases like that. If it's double registration, I am not sure you will have such details in INEC portal.
Okay.
If it is cancelled, I am not sure you will have the details in INEC portal. But these persons I am telling you now, you go to INEC portal, you see their details, but they cannot find the PVC. They will equally tell you that go and come back on a set date. You will go there, it is the same story they will give you. In some cases, they ask you to drop your phone number, that when your card comes, they will get across to you. These persons are waiting to get their cards. We are only saying that INEC should wake up to its responsibility and ensure that eligible Nigerians that have registered to vote get their PVCs to vote on the 25th of February.
Okay, so once again, 25th of February 2023 is sacrosanct. President Muhammadu Buhari has assured Nigerians that a new president is expected to emerge, and you must be part of that process. So we'll take a break now, and after this break, don't forget I said you can be part of this program. You can contribute via the telephone 070 77770300. You're going to see it on your screen. Just be a part. After this break, phone in and make your contribution. We're looking at the challenges of this 2023 election. My guest is Comrade Osahan Obasui. Okay, nice to have you back. We have a caller now. We'll just quickly take this caller. Yes. Good afternoon. This is 60 Minutes Nigeria. Can you make your contribution, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Victor.
Calling from where?
Benin City.
Okay, go ahead with your comments.
Yeah. The situation of the country now is very bad.
I agree with you.
I know. Yeah. Because the situation of the country now, people are dying. They protest, no changes. People are just dying. You get?
Yeah, I'm listening to you, Victor.
Yes, people are just dying.
But did you listen to the broadcast of President Buhari this morning You know, we have to give him time so that they will implement those directives.
Yeah, I listen to it. Say they will give it time. So the money will be distributed around the country.
Yes, and the old 200 naira note is still a legal tender now. He said they should allow it
for 60 days.
People for 60 days till 10th of April. People should be using the old 200 naira note. Yeah, I think that will bring some kind of succor to Nigeria.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Victor, for your comments.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Thank you. Okay, we just heard from Victor, and he said Nigerians are in a very precarious situation and that it needs urgent attention. We have another caller. Okay, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Please, your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Joshua. I'm calling from Benin.
Go ahead.
Well, the situation in this country is very bad. There's a try to do something about it. Please.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you reduce the audio of your television set so I can hear you clearly? Okay, same thing. Just got another caller now. We have another caller. Good afternoon. Yeah, please introduce yourself, where are you calling from, and make your comments. Come again. Okay. Welcome to 60 Minutes Nigeria. Go on with your comments.
You know, the problem we are facing in this nation, it's not for the rich. It's for the poor people themselves. Because why? They actually, you have that, long time ago, the Bolivar was into someone's compound. Bolivar was into someone's compound. How did he go there? How did he go there? So we heard that it was a risk. It was risk. So, I don't know to say. Somebody that called an ass. How come the girl not from another compound and went to someone's compound? Not two ways to the compound. 2 weeks, so with the compound. Is it okay? Is it not okay? So, you know, is that they are wanting the poor masses, not the big men, not wealthy people, you know? So that I continue to try to volunteer at the government.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is a volunteer. He controls traffic, and he said the situation is also very bad. Whatever he's doing for Nigeria, he's doing it voluntarily in Atekenwa Road. We say thank you very much for your comments. Thank you very much. Yes. So he has also made his own contribution. You can be a part of the program. Okay, we have another caller now. Please just speak to the point. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Please, your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Isaac Obadiaru.
You are welcome.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly. Go ahead.
My name is Isaac Obadiaru.
Yeah, Mr. Obadiaru, go on. Go on with your comments. Go on.
Okay, but I'm not talking to the people. They are talking to somebody else on the screen that I'm seeing it.
No, we can hear you. Just go on with your comments.
Okay. In the first place, I think we as Nigerians must understand the fact that this policy that the government have brought up is for the interest of the common man. Yes. That's number one we must accept. Number two is the fact that this policy will solve a number of problems that we are all crying about. The problem of corruption, the problem of kidnapping, robbery, the problem of money laundering. A lot of problems will be solved. The inflation, a lot of problems. Just one stroke would have brought a lot of problems to a standstill. However, the powers that be, those people that are involved in this evil, are fighting back, resisting the policy. So we as the common people must understand the game that is going on. It's a battle, a war. And so we must be ready to exercise some patience. You know, so is that patience that is lacking now? Unfortunately, if we have understood this fact, we will have seen that the CBN releases money to the banks. The banks divert the money to the politicians' bank. And the money is no longer still in the bank. So that's where the problem lies. So my suggestion would be that the government should use the security system, the DSS, the NIL, the police system, however they want to do it, to ask the bank to give an account of how those money that are sent to them are being spent. That is the area they need to check. Because all those money that they have brought to the people have gone back to them. The governors, the ministers, the senators, all those big people, they are even holding the money. By the 10th of February, how many common men still have 5,000, 10,000 in his hand? They didn't have the money.
That's why the anger is
billions and billions, and they now say they are fighting for the common man. So let us exercise the patience. Let's know that it's a battle, it's a war. There's no country that changes for good that you get in a platter of gold. No, we must be ready to pay some price, and that's what we are paying. I'm suffering. I don't even have 100 naira in my pocket. But if this can lead to a solution, I'm ready to pay any price. That's my own decision.
Thank you very much. Thank you. This is a great contribution from Mr. Obadiaru, and we must say that he has really analyzed the situation. And I hope that Edo State residents, you have heard him. He said that this policy is in the interest of the common man, because the policy will curb corruption. The policy will curb money laundering. The policy will stop insecurity and crime. But he said we must be patient, and that's what we said when we started this program. He said the pains now that Nigerians will gain it later. So no matter the pains now, let's just be patient. We will all gain it. Thank you very much, Mr. Obadiaru. Yes.
In as much as I agree
with him,
totally with him,
yes,
one would have expected that the federal government would have also put in place a measure, to check these banks, because it will be very difficult, to say that this money will not return to the politicians by the
That's
time
what he just said now.
By the time you distribute it to the banks, because these politicians that we are talking about, they are directors of different banks. They own the banks. And then you send in money to the bank, you don't expect it to return to them, it will return to them. We are very much aware that they own the banks. They are directors. They are chairmen of different banks and all that. And at the end of the day, you send money to a bank, and then you say the chairman of the bank should not have the money, the directors of the bank should not have the money. It's a very difficult situation. One would have expected the federal government and the CBN to put a kind of a way they will be able to check if those monies actually go, to the public, to the masses, not, take it in bulk back to the politicians. Yeah, that's exactly what the banks are doing.
Mr. Obadiaru just said that the federal government must ensure that security agencies investigate the commercial banks to ascertain the amount disbursed to them and how such monies will actually disburse to the public. Let me just get this caller. Okay. Good afternoon. Yeah, please, your name, where are you calling from?
My name is Mr. Gilbert.
Okay, please go on with your comments.
I will advise the government of Nigeria to let 200 naira be the highest domination.
For now.
Hello.
Go on, just go on. Go on, please, go on.
I would have preferred 200 to be the highest domination in this country. So in order to curb the inflation, the inflation in the hands of the big politicians in this country, this is the constitution.
He has just said something again. Yes. This, our friend, said that he is recommending that 200 naira
should be the highest
denomination as a way of curbing corruption.
I think that is in line with the speech of Mr. President this morning.
Okay.
To have allowed 200 naira to be in the old 200 naira to be in circulation for another, I think 60 days, 60 as days. The case may be.
Okay. So let's just get this caller too. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please, your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Benin. My name is Osam.
Okay, Osama, please go on.
This issue of this Mr. President addressing us is a good idea, but the information came late. That's number one. Number two, you know that the people they are ruling. Nigeria is not a country like a Joseph. Nigeria is bigger than one president. That's number one. Number two, CBA asked the issue of changing money currency. The law says 6 months. Why are they deceiving us? They are not doing it 3 months. The law says 6 months. You charge the money. Why are they not say from October to January? Now from now to April. Why are they deceiving us? They will have followed the law. The law says 6 months. Now that the Supreme Court said that they are going to hear the issue next 22. Now the president has come out to say no. What kind of country is that? What kind of country are we running? Who are they deceiving? People should come out and let us know. This is democratic government. It's not military regime. People are suffering. At least what I said the president will have told that. Since you are coming, you are removing such a high denomination. I would have even supported when it's 500 and 200. What are they to go? When they say 200 naira, how many people can attend 200 naira? Not the back, we see 200 naira. It's 1,500 naira. You will have 500 naira and go away with 1,000. That's the information. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I feel like giving you a round of applause. Thank you very much. That's a wonderful one too. Well, he said he got information late, so probably maybe Nigerians should have been sensitized that the president will be making a nationwide broadcast. But we've just given you the highlights. The president has said 200 naira, the old 200 naira, will remain in circulation for 60 days. Yes. That is till April the 10th of this year. So 200 naira is still a legal tender. Don't take 200 naira back to the bank. Be using it for the next 60 days. It's only your 1,000 naira and 500 naira that you are expected to deposit in the banks. Well, we have so many callers. We'll just take this so that my guests can make more comments. Okay. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please, your name, where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Mr. Solomon calling from Obasakumba.
Oh, thank you very much. Please, what's your comment?
Yeah, my comment is that we are not ready for money swapping now. Probably this cashless policy, Nigerians are not prepared. We're supposed to put our network in order before anything. Okay. Probably if we want to do transfer now, the network is very bad. For Mr. President to come out.
Oh, we just lost that caller. But I think the point it canvas is that to him, he believes that Nigeria is not ripe enough for cashless policy. That it will take some time. We need to prepare Nigerians for cashless policy. Let's just take this caller. Okay. Hello. Okay. So, Comrade Obasiri, we've seen callers.
Yes.
One said to him, 200 naira should be the highest denomination. That to help to curb inflation. We see inflation in Nigeria is so devastating.
Yes.
You can't buy anything.
Yeah.
So he believes that if 200 naira is made the highest denomination, it will help to curb corruption. Actually, some persons criticize the introduction of 1,000 naira.
1,000 naira then. Yes.
They criticize it. They express reservation about 500 and 1,000. That it will be easy for those who loot public treasury to just loot.
Yes.
You know, we're having the effect now. He said 200 would have just been good.
Yes.
But other person said we needed time for this cashless policy. Okay, let's just take this caller too. Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Gabriel. I'm calling from Southland Road, Benin here.
Please go on, your comments.
Okay, my comment is
Reduce the volume of your TV set. Okay.
Buhari did not want to help Nigeria.
Why do you say so?
Where is 100 naira? Where is 15 naira? Where has the 15 naira been? Where is 20 naira? Now that he's adding 200 naira to it. Upon the court said 5 days they will speak on this matter. Where has Buhari been? Where is the Ministry of Petroleum? Buhari should go, and God will settle this country in the name of Jesus Christ.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Buhari has told you that he's ready to
on his
go.
way out.
But you must go and vote on the 25th of this month. He said he knows his tenure will end and the new president will emerge. But you have to vote. He must be convinced that the process was done right. Okay, Comrade Obasi, Nigerians have spoken.
Yes, thank you so much. Like I said earlier, I totally agree with one of the callers, Mr. Obadiaru,
Yes.
who called in talking about it's a very nice policy of government. I agree with him in total, but the only reason, just like I said, that government did not put in place, strategies, to checkmate these banks to ensure that the money actually gets, to the masses, to the public, that they don't take it back in bulk, to one politician. He also said government should put in place that they should investigate the banks.
Yes.
When we talk about investigation, that is, you are only now reacting, to something that has happened. It is expected that government should be proactive, as you disburse these funds, to the various banks. Be proactive, to ensure that the money gets, to the masses,
yes,
and not after they must have taken it in bulk back, to the politicians, and then you want to start investigation. You are only now reacting to something that has happened. It's already an aftermath, event.
Okay.
So
now,
we expect government to be proactive.
I'm going to ask you this now. Okay, we have this caller. Let me just take this caller. Okay, good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good news from
Yeah.
the Savior.
Yes, okay, good news. What's your contribution?
Sir, I have a question, sir. I have this old money containing of 500 and 1,000 in my house.
Yes.
And we want to use it for burial, but we can't make use of it. I don't know where to change it.
And go to the
Central
CBN.
Bank, yeah.
Go to CBN.
Today is 16.
Then go and deposit it there.
But the question is that as this riot we have to, I think go freely.
You can go.
The riot is over yesterday
over.
now. So you can go today.
Without nobody go harm me.
Eh?
Without nobody go harm me.
Just be careful.
No. Nobody
Be careful
will harm
and go. Nobody will harm you.
But they said there's a portal, Please, we need to inform you properly.
Online.
CBN has released an online portal where you are supposed to even fill form and all of that. So just find out from all these business centers. They can give you additional information. Thank you very much. Okay, so that caller just wanted to know how to deposit. No, there was time to deposit money. It's not over. You can still deposit your old.
I think tomorrow is the last day, 17th.
17th.
Yes.
17th is still tomorrow. You can still deposit today, please. Now, do you think these problems will affect the conduct of the elections?
Well, if it is not solved within now and that 25th, of course, it will have a lot of effect on the elections. A situation where somebody cannot feed, the person will not be talking about going to the polling unit to vote. A situation, in fact, the situation of fuel, although that one is gradually reducing now, but as of today, it has also taken a new dimension. As at yesterday, before the protest in town, it was a bit okay. But as at today, as I speak with you, it has taken a new dimension. That's another problem of its own. If people are not able, to move from one point to the other, of course, it will affect the election. If people cannot feed, if people cannot get money to do what they need to do before the elections, it will affect the elections. If people cannot get their PVCs before the election, it will affect the election. So we expect all agencies, that are responsible to be, on their foot and ensure that a lot of these problems, are solved. Okay. If not totally eliminated, at least it should be reduced.
Thank you, Comrade Obasi. You have a caller. Okay, you are going to be the final caller of the program. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, Akona.
Good afternoon. Your name and where are you calling from?
This is Tommy Redosa.
Oh, nice to have you on 60 Minutes Nigeria.
At least I look at Nearby Church and shout hallelujah.
Please make your comments.
Thank you very much. I want to at least let me appreciate your guest.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Nobody is against Nigeria government.
Okay.
Well, if you notice, we have been crying whether our man and after Russia wife at the issue of banditry, kidnapping and all that.
Yes.
If you notice, the money now became useless to them.
Yes.
And if you also notice, the tension of a kidnapping, everything now reduced. You will notice that it reduced. If you notice what happened a few weeks ago, even the bandits were not even throwing away the money around the rail line. Because it was not important to them. So that's why I felt very bad. When the policy came out, we would have just like UK, let 200 naira be our highest denomination. You understand? Then we can run between the coin, the 50 naira, 100 naira, and 200 naira be our highest money. Then when we do that, you will find out that those who are stealing money will find it difficult to steal money because you will need something like a trailer or a bus to carry money. You understand? The only pain that I have is the fact that Mr. President should have waited to this time. When people had to riot, several parts were destroyed before he now responded. From the very time that Supreme Court gave that judgment, he should have come out and said, okay, because we are law-abiding officers, we will obey the Supreme Court judgment. What we do right now, we will recirculate the 200 naira and mandate the CBS to return the 200 naira back. If you notice, just this morning that I made that statement, inside our market now we are calm. You could see calmness. People can move freely. You understand? But it came too late. And I want to beg Nigeria. Nigeria should not wait for last minute. As I speak to that now, so people see how over 1 million of the old naira note. Because they need this, that it will change. Government will after this election is coming because of election. When have they tried to sabotage the situation because of election? Why will you wait for last minute? It's a big problem we're facing in Nigeria. So I want to encourage our people that if this knowledge is circulated, you find that just before 2015, over 1 trillion was what we had in CBN. But from the time that they made the announcement, we have over 2 trillion. Don't you see that it will help the economy? We cannot continue to remain in inflation, unemployment, and we don't know what to do. So with Nigeria should also that is not about politicians, governor, president. They will also have a role to play to also be disciplined and follow the rule of law. And also that we do our part. When we do our part, it is left for those authorities to know whether they want dragging us back. We shouldn't join to do that dragging Nigeria back.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thumbs up for you. Thumbs up. Well, that's our last caller. Wonderful comment. All those who called in, thumbs up. I commend all of you because it means you love Nigeria. You want Nigeria to experience rapid infrastructural development. You want Nigeria to enjoy that status in the community of nations, and we commend you for that. Well, my guest, a leader of the youth, Comrade Osahan Obasuyi, has also made very valuable comments. Just your closing remarks now. Election is 25th. What do you have to say?
We want to advise our people, especially the youth, to be very ready to cast their votes on the 25th. We must not allow ourselves to be used this time as agents of destruction. We must be useful to ourselves and be useful to the society. But very quickly, I also want to commend Governor Godwin Obaseki and his team, because yesterday was very terrible in town. But very quickly yesterday evening, they had a security meeting and ensured that the metropolis, the entire state, is taking care of security-wise. As you can see today, from this morning till now, and maybe after now, the city is calm. Everywhere is calm because the government is on top of the situation, and security is very tight in Benin as we speak.
Thank you,
so I commend Edo State government for that.
Okay, I must also commend Edo State government. We got information now that there's free bus service for residents in Benin. That's a good information. Free bus service introduced by Edo State government to cushion the effect of these problems. On that note, I say thanks for being a part of 60 Minutes Nigeria. I hope you enjoyed this week's edition. My name is Egosa Gbolao. By the grace of God, next week we'll be here again to talk on national issue.